I actually don't know what to say. This is... This thing has got me. It's got hold of me. It's fucking horrible thing. And it's gripped me for years. And it's got worse in the past 2 years. This Black Cloak. I'm a fucking liar because I've said I'm alright. I can deal with it. I can manage it. But I'm not. It just grips you. It covers me. It controls me. It sits there when I'm on the platform waiting for my trains in the morning, egging me on. Do it. Get on with it. Do it. Jump. Do it. You're useless. You're a failure. Do it. There's always that one thing. I'll admit it, I'm hooked on my phone. It's a safety net. It's a thing. It's a comforter. And I've got a picture of my wife and my 2 kids, the 3 most important people in my life. And I just keep having this vision of what they'll be like at my funeral, what they'll be like having the news broken to them. And it's the one thing that stops me from doing it. And then that voice in the back of my head's going, you're a fucking failure. You're a fucking pussy. You can't even do that right. And it's every single day. It's a constant battle. And I'm fed up with it. I wake up tired because I've not slept, because this thing is chewing away at me. I fall asleep about an hour before the alarm goes off. And I'm knackered. And just the sheer effort to beat this thing every day on the journey to work and the journey back from work. I come home, I'm completely shattered. Well and truly shattered. I have my dinner. I sit down, the kids come back. They're hyper. They want to see us. They want to play. They want to tell me about their day. I come across as a complete shit with them. I love my stepkids to bits. Absolutely adore them. I treat them like they're my own kids. And I haven't got the energy. I haven't got the sheer energy to lift my head and talk or play or anything. I just want them to turn the telly down. And it's not on. And it's giving people the wrong impression about me. And they go to bed and I come back down and I've got nothing. I have got nothing in my tank. I just want to shut off. So I have a gin and tonic. I'll have a drink. I'm dependent on it. And it's ruining everything in me. And I get guilty and then I have another one to crack the guilt. And then I'll have another one. And I fall asleep. Then the dreams start. And 2 or 3 hours later, I'm awake again. And it's a vicious... It's been like this every single day for 2 weeks or so. And it's the worst it's ever been. And it's just this... I call it the Black Cloak. It's just this thing, this body, this vile piece of shit that is wormed its way into my head that the real me can see and can do nothing about, because it has the power to completely chew me up. The slightest little thing that innocuous that anyone else will be able to deal with, this thing in the back of my head is saying, that's your fault. That's your fault, that is. That's you. And I try and bury it. Saturday. One thing after another from the second I got up. It was one thing after another. Little things. A bloke driving right up my bumper and then trying to offer me out for a fight at the traffic lights. I'd done nothing wrong. I dealt with it. In fact, I was just so pleased with how I dealt with it. I didn't even look at him. I just looked straight ahead, pretending it wasn't happening, and off he went. But that was one thing. People in the shops stopping in front of you. The kids getting upset. The stress of organising a party. The stress of being in a social situation. The voice in the back of your head's going, you're going to make yourself look like a tit. You're going to make yourself look like a complete nutter. You're going to screw this up tonight. Rehearsing what I'm going to say to people. Literally hours beforehand, rehearsing what I'm going to say. And then when I do say it, it all comes out wrong. One thing after another, tiny little things. And then the most innocuous thing happens. And then this thing just goes, right, I'm taking over. I'm taking control now. I've got you. And it's like an out-of-body experience. It puts me in a bubble, and the real me is sat there on the fridge looking down and shouting at myself, going, stop it. Stop it. And it's like a puppet master. It just has me, and it jumbles my words up. And I'm sitting there going, stop, think what you're doing, and this other thing's going, nah, no way, I'm taking over, I've got you. It's just just well and truly fucked off that this thing has got me and it's controlled me. And I had it, I was doing so well, and I've suffered from this for years. And I got help 4 or 5 years ago. I'm fed up with it. And then one incident 2 years ago, nothing person decided that he was going to this one person just did the most ridiculous, stupid thing. And that was the worm that caused the hole. It buried into my head. And it allowed it was the anchor that this Black Cloak needed. It had me from that second on, worried, paranoia, watching my back. I trust my wife unbelievably. She would never hurt me. She would never do anything. But nah, this thing in my head's going, keep an eye out, keep an eye out. And to her credit, she did nothing. She didn't respond to this individual. But that was the start. That was the start 2 years ago. And it's had me hooked, and now everything, my self-esteem, my self-belief. And it's a vicious circle now, because now I've increased my dosage on this fucking horrible thing called sertraline. It's a poison. It's nasty. My doctor literally had me, I was on 50 milligrams of this stuff. Went to see him after this incident last year where everything piled up, and this voice was egging me to jump off the top of Queen's Hospital car park. How I've managed to stop myself doing it is beyond me. But it scared the crap out of me, and I went to my doctor, and I was in and out of there within a couple of minutes. Up my dosage, 100 mils. And I'm worse. It's made me worse. They say antidepressants are there to help you. Fuck that, it's not. They're shit. It papers over the cracks. It's papered over the cracks, and I can't see reason. I can't think rationally anymore. It's like a placebo. It's just... the thing, and it's fueled everything. And then when I'm mixing with the alcohol, it's just, I don't wish it on my worst enemy. And all I want is my wife back. It should have been, yesterday should have been a celebration. It should have been a happy day. It should have been us looking forward to the rest of our lives together. It should have been her day, her 40th. But no, because of this bastard in my head that it has got no consideration for anything. It's got no consideration for me or those people that I love. It just wants to rip me apart. It wants to rip my world apart. I wouldn't blame my wife for wanting to leave me. I wouldn't blame her for saying fuck off, don't ever come back. She's given me enough chances to fix myself. But this thing just makes me too proud, too stubborn. I've lied to her. Yeah, I'm fine. I'll get it sorted. I've been through counselling before. I know what I have to do. I can see the bollocks. I don't know it. I know fuck all about it. I open up to the one person that I always find it hardest to open up to. The one person that I should be close to and I'm not. That's my own dad. We never talk about anything. He's got a brain tumour. We've never once discussed it. We've known about it for 12 years or so. Never once discussed it. Never once talked about it, how it affects him, how it affects me. We pretend it doesn't happen. The only thing we ever talk about is West Ham. I can't actually remember a time when we've actually given each other a hug. We never do that. We don't have that sort of relationship. But yesterday he sent me a text message, which blew me away. Putting things in perspective. Telling me what I need to do. I've got to look after me. I've got to get me fixed before I can do anything else. I've got to prove to people that I am not this horrible, nasty thing. I'm not. I'm anything but. I spoke to one of my best mates, Paul. He's gone through something similar. As he said to me, he's 2 weeks ahead of me. But he said to us last night that I'm more of a man than he is because I've actually managed to do something. He didn't. He went and he tried it. He actually went that one step further than I did. Of course, Black Cloak's telling me, you see, he's better than you. He's better than you. But I just want my life back. I want my life back. It's crippling me. It's absolutely crippling me, and I'm fucking sick of it. I had my first full night's sleep last night. I can't remember the last time that happened. Been weeks, months. I cannot remember the last time. I slept solidly from 11 o'clock last night until about 9 this morning. My head was a bit clearer. But fuck me, the guilt, the embarrassment, the shame. I've shown myself up in front of people and I knew nothing about it. I had no control over it. Thought I was doing right. Other people were trying to help as well, but I saw that as a dig at me. I saw that as me being worthless, as useless. trying to help the one person I love more than anyone else on this planet. But nah, the Black Cloak says, no, you're useless. You're shit at everything you do. You never succeed. But I've got to fix that. I spoke to Crisis this morning. I spoke to talking therapies this morning, and then had a triage consultation with them this afternoon. I've started the journey. I've made that first step. I've made that step that I need to make. Putting it all down on paper. I'm jotting things down. I'm listing everything. I'm listing trigger points. I've accepted that I'm dependent on alcohol, and I vow that no drop of alcohol will ever pass my lips again. I'm done with it. I actually don't like drinking. I hate it. It killed my granddad. But I'm dependent on it. It's hooked me. I cannot live without it. I'm going through cognitive behavioural therapy. That's been booked in for me, or is being booked in for me. I'm getting alcohol support. That's being booked in for me. I feel like a massive step. It's only been a couple of things that have happened, but it just feels like a massive step forward. I feel positive about it. Yes, there's doubts in my head. There's that demon is still there going, this is never going to work. I've got you. You're never escaping. But I just feel someone's given me there's this hand. It's just reached down and it's grabbed me to pull me back out of this pit that this cloak has just put me in. Listening to two complete strangers talking to me, and it's kind of what they've said is, well, both of them said that the sertraline does not help. It actually makes you irritable. It makes you fidgety. It makes you aggressive. I would never lay a finger on anyone. I'm not that sort of person, and have never laid a finger on anyone. I just get really shouty with it, and it's just a vicious, nasty cocktail, and they're looking at alternatives for me. They're looking at getting all the help that they can give me, and both of them said, you will win this. You will win this battle. You will get rid of this Black Cloak. I've tried it before. It's like Madonna when she had that Black Cloak on at the Brits and she fell down because it hooked onto the stairs. That's me. I've tried to escape it and it's pulling me back. But these two people on the phone today have just given me so much hope. So much hope. And they keep saying to me, well, what's your end goal? I want my wife back. I want my girl back. She is everything to me. And I cannot live without her. I've got to fix me. I've got to fix me first. And I know it's not going to be a short journey. I've got to set short, medium, and long-term goals. I've got to do it step by step. There's 7 important people in my life. There's my wife, my 2 kids, and her 4 kids. They are the most important 7 people in my life. And I've got to do it for them. I've got to fix me. I have to. Because they're so important to me, and I cannot imagine my life without those 7 people. I'm a fucking hypocrite. Here's me on social media sharing things about men's mental health, and you got to talk to people about things. The one thing I don't do, I don't practice what I preach. I bottled it up. I bottled it all up inside. That's been a failure. Not having the balls to say help. I need help. So I thought what would help me was to try and put this black cloak that I call, into some sort of form, how I see it, what it looks like, and basically this is it. That's the Black Cloak. That's how I see it. This is the bastard that's gripping me, and it's making my life a misery.